Hello everyone, War Angel here and welcome back to the East Roman Empire campaign for Total War Attila. In today's episode I'm going to be continuing with the grand plan as my troops are finally getting into position to start the campaign against both Lazica and the Danes. But before we get started properly, I have an announcement to make with the series. Now I've given it a bit of thought and I've decided that episode 65 is going to be the final episode for this campaign. This should work out nicely as the following week after that episode is when Thrones of Britannia comes out, if not the same week. I can't remember off the top of my head. But it means that we'll be able to start a new Let's Play series named with Thrones of Britannia. Not sure yet which faction I want to start with. I'm tempted towards Wales, but I may do it that it's going to be a faction vote for you the viewers to decide. We'll sort something out closer to the time. Now, of course, episode 65 means it's only about 3 episodes after this one, and as you can see from the year calendar up here, we're not actually anywhere near 450 AD, which is where I need to do to complete the Divine Triumph. So what I'm planning to do is continue up to episode 65 and put together a conclusion when I play through the rest of the campaign in my own time, and you'll be able to see the results as I presented a sort of a story format, very similar to how you see people like Officially Devon do it in his narrative Let's Plays. I just think it'd be better for me to do that rather than you guys watch me do another 70 turns roughly in order to try and get to that point of the campaign that I can achieve a triumph. So that's the announcement. I hope you guys are looking forward to Thrones of Britannia. I certainly am. It's a little bit annoying that it was put back a bit, but it's okay. I'd rather than put it back a bit and make sure they get rid of any bugs and kinks in the game, rather than try and release it and then have to spend the next 2 weeks or so trying to put together patches. But anyway, that's enough talking from me in terms of just standing here doing nothing. Let's get started. So in the in the previous episode we did have a rebellion with the Picts who managed to come against us, if I remember right, at Tuisus. Let's just double check. Yeah, we did manage to take it back, but we are repairing some of the buildings and demolishing others. But it is going to be an annoyance because we're now going to have a rebellion taking place. But luckily we have the 3rd Legion replenishing, and we should be able to get things nice and easily sorted for if we have to deal with rebellion next turn. Eldon should be converting over, yes it is, but it's going to take a little while to go. Now something I did notice is that I left things so we were recruiting a unit of Eastern Auxilia Palatine, but I'm wondering if we actually got any other units, because we haven't got a lot of swordsmen which I'll rather be using, so I wanted to have a look and see what we got. To be honest, we're not very impressive, but Celtic War Berserkers, that could be interesting. Some War Dogs? Yeah, let's try some War Dogs. I haven't used them for quite a while, so let's do that. So we'll have that happening over here. So we know there's going to be a rebellion taking place. The 2nd army is down here at Linden, because if you remember we had the rebellion attacking us at Londinium, but we managed to defend ourselves pretty well, and so we can just come down here now and finish off the survivors. Now luckily for me, travelling through a city does not count towards my movement, so we should be able to actually start moving on to the mainland next turn as well. So balance bar very much in my favour. I'm going to go protective, take advantage of the onager and my superior firepower in order to defeat them. And we'll let's just kill them off. We don't need them anymore. Okay, so where am I going to go next? Now this is the army that's going to be going over to Angelus in order to support the attack against the Danes and the Geats' homeland. But do I want, if I can just march them straight across here, but I'm tempted to actually sail them across, just so we don't have to deal with any issues with the Alamans and that. So let's have you guys come straight across here. We should actually make it a little bit more quicker as a result. In fact, if we have you guys foresailing basically into the sea, there we go. We can actually get now to Angelus within 2 turns, or if we come up here, can we land at the beach? It'd probably work out the same actually. We'll have them come over here, we can land at Flevum and move then towards Angelus, ready to support the army that's around here somewhere. Whereabouts is it? Oh, here, Rugion. Now I'm not happy about this army turning up, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to send... I'm going to send this army back to Angelus. In fact, no, stop a sec. Can we actually attack that army? No, I can just notice in the tree line, I don't know if you guys can see it, I can just notice in the tree line a little bit of a red arrow, which shows that we can't attack it this turn. But I'm going to park the army right here on the road. So if they want to come at us, they're more than welcome to do so. In order to try and prevent them from getting any ideas about Rugion, we do have the fleet that's sailing over. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to have these guys come over here. I'm going to put them in normal sailing mode. And I'm going to have them come right here. Now what I could do potentially with these is actually ask them to attack the Danes' fleet here, which may pull in some reinforcements as ships, which, if they do, it means we can actually fight them at sea potentially, which could be quite useful as my troops are going to be better at fighting at sea than theirs. They don't suffer from seasickness, but we've got Onager ships, we've got Greek fire dromons, we've got enough men here that we should be able to do the job quite nicely. And it should also prevent them from attacking Rugion as a result. If I just double check if there's anything we can do here. In fact, we can. Fantastic, let's do that. And let's build that up. Sure, why not? Okay, so that's that bit done. We've got the war going on down south against the Geats, so let's move down here next. So down here we managed to take Brigantium in the previous episode. And we should be, yes, we can actually attack Bukhara straight away. We do have an Onager, so we should be able to attack them. And if I remember right from looking at the settlement, yeah, we only have two units to deal with. Very, very easy results. So we're going to go protective here. And just like that, we've taken another region capital. Now we do share the province though with Langards, but that's okay. As long as they remain in peace with me, I've still got the majority of the province, including the capital, which is what I wanted. So we'll take that, we'll keep this. Now we need to cycle through the buildings here. So, what's the facility like here again? Average. Okay. What we'll do, we'll convert this over just to a standard town, I think, instead of a farming one. We'll disband that and disband this. We'll keep the fishing wharf for now. That's fine, so we can actually convert this straight over now to... We'll do it straight to a Greek basilica. This can be repaired, and we can convert it eventually over to our own, because it's a Western Roman building. That can be demolished. We'll swap that around. Oh, actually, while I do remember to do this, okay, so we can actually upgrade all of our troops straight away, but I'm not going to keep the steel forge because I can't actually do anything with it, and I don't want to necessarily convert it over to a barracks. So we're going to continue to dismantle that. We'll repair that. And that's Galicia sorted out. Okay. I could upgrade that, but I'm not going to. I think we'll just keep it as it is for now. But we've now taken this province, so can we... Where's the next one? We've got Talentum here, or we've got Emirata Augusta. Okay, so Lusitania has got the basically Olisipo and Pax Augusta. So... Oh, text message. I'll check in a bit. But yeah, so this province could be our next target for the Legion, so we'll do that. We've got the two sailing down from over here. So I am tempted to use this army against the one at Palma, but I'd rather get them in position to attack Carthago Nova straight away. Unfortunately, we can't attack straight away, so let's just do this thing. We're going to have them do this, and because it's a Romans building, yeah, they've only got a light garrison, so what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to ask them to attack by sea instead, if we can do so. Alright, come on. Give me the notification to do so. I know it's a thing. Come on. Ah, there it is. Okay. So next turn we can attack by sea. I'll probably just auto-resolve it because it's only 2 units against a full stack, but it means that we'll be able to go after the settlement straight away and take it without having to land. I did have the other one up here, I think, was actually sailing towards Palma. It is, in fact. Okay, what's the situation with Palma again? Okay, full stack. Right. We won't have them attack by sea, we'll have to attack them by land. That's fine by me. So, yeah, we'll have them force marching over to here. We should be up there next turn. And then we're just going to raise Palma to the ground, because the Western Romans have the rest of the province and they don't particularly need it. What to do with this legion? We do have a few, I did notice these, we've got a few big strong Geat armies nearby, and they seem to be marching a little bit towards Tarraco. So what I would like to do is try and provide support for it if I can. So, I don't know if we can move far enough. No, we can't. I was hoping to maybe do something with a fortification stance, but we'll just move them straight here instead. That way, then if they attack, we can provide support to the city and be able to push forward ourselves next time. What else was there? Oh yes, we had over here the Lazica. So we had an army. Has it not reached there yet? Where is it? Where is it? Ah, here it is. So the 11th Legion, the Fidelis, is heading up now to Melitene, which should be arriving their next turn, which is a good thing. Because at the moment, their king is leading the attack, and they've managed to take Sinope and Trinpieces, which is annoying. So the plan with this army is to actually go after this army here, wipe it out, we capture our settlements, and then head in towards their capital here, Okotes. This army then will march down and back towards the south, around the south of the sea here, in order to attack Lazica-held territory from Dagestan and that down in the south. But we do have armies over here in Greece. Now, what am I waiting on for these ones? To be honest, we got quite a decent level of infantry. It could do with maybe another unit of swordsmen, but I don't necessarily need these to try and get... In fact, let me double check something. Because remember, Asia Minor was originally my main recruitment center for units. So what we've got, cavalry stables, that could be useful, but not right now. What I will do though, come back here a second. Let's increase Tarsus. Sanitation could be better overall. Let's just pay for that. And we'll get a governor building. Like so. Okay. Sorry, I got sidetracked. Okay, Trampezus, unfortunately, that's just been taken, so I can't actually look to see what they've got, because it's in the fog of war. What's here? Infantry grounds, we don't need that right now, although we are building up a weaponsmith. Cool. Okay, what about Nicomedia? Is this... Ah, here it is. So we've got skirmisher barracks being built, we are making this as well, but we don't need that right away. We've got one more turn until we can actually get a large onager as well. That's cool. Okay, let's upgrade that a second. We've got fishing jetties there. Scriptorum. Let's just give you... We need sanitation in the area, so we'll just give you that. So yeah, next turn we can actually get this, but we can get... Okay. So what we'll do, I'm going to have this army come down here in order to guard Nicomedia from... In case the main army tries to come over here. I can't remember if they got onagers, but at least this will protect them somewhat. Here then, we can see about getting a few units, so we can get some elite Balistari for now. And I'll get a unit armored Legio. So next turn then we should get access to the large onagers and we can finish off this army then. The other army then is somewhere over here. How's it doing? One more turn before we finish off getting the missile troops, and we can then switch over to cavalry in that. Okay. We'll move that army up towards my infantry grounds up here, and then we can get things sorted out there. Now, whereabouts did I have a treasury getting built? Was it here? No. Governor's house? It wasn't here. Ah, I've lost track now. Where did I put it? I'll tell you what, let's just build one here. I'm probably building them all around the place and just losing track of where I actually put them. Typical, eh? Okay. Let's see, let's give you... No, we already got a forum here. Let's go for workshops instead. Okay, was there anything else? Oh yeah, that was it. We had a situation over here because we also had to do a siege defense around... Was it Mosqueta? Yes, it was Mosqueta. Okay, but it's going to cost a fair bit for repairs, but we'll do the best we can. We'll do that one, and Scriptorum, Governor's House. That, and we can just about finish that off. Okay. So we're going to keep that. Okay, that's the end of this turn. Nope, we've got to do traditions. Okay. So this is the one up in the north. Is there anything that can help me out with public order? That would do. Nomads, light experience. Yeah, let's go for this one. This one gives me extra wealth, and construction costs are going to be a little bit cheaper. This one and all the way down in Bakara. We'll give you this one, and let's give you that as... No, which one's going to give me the public order bonus? It was this one. Let's give you down here so we can start pinning you up against barbarian kingdoms. In fact, let's go completely for that. There we go. End the turn. Oh. Right. So, the fact that I haven't decided yet exactly how I'm going to be doing the final episode. It might be that I do it as an hour episode, but given that I know it's going to be the final one. I may do it that it's just going to be a standard episode, maybe a bit longer, and then I'll add the sort of conclusion I'm planning to do at the end of it. I'm not sure yet. We'll sort about what we're going to be doing. We'll sort it out. It'll be easy enough. I have to say, looking forward to Thrones of Britannia. Being following some of the developments. I like the way that they've decided... Oh, hang on a second. They've come at me with those armies. What's the situation going to be? Ban's Bar is in my favour. Okay, okay. Now the question is, do I want to fight this? Because I am trying to bear in mind I've got some time. It's a time thing. I do want to get things done in this episode. It is slightly in our favour. I'm gonna hold a resolve. I'm sorry, guys. Right. Close victory. We have taken a few casualties, but we can take on the warriors. And we managed to push them back. Because they've retreated, which should hopefully mean now, we might actually have this war with the Danes in our advantage now, because they've ran away, which means we can come after them. Because we're still in our area, we'll be getting the replenishment, and even though they're actually in a raised set region, so they're not going to take any replenishment from that turn. So that's going to be quite useful. Oh. Agent actions against my force in Bakara. That's a little bit disappointing. It'll be okay though. It'll be alright. But yeah, what was I saying before that happened? Yes, very much looking forward to Thrones of Britannia when it comes out. I've been following its development, and I like some of the choices that they've gone with. Like, I think it's combined the idea that it's combined essentially the, province system that we've known from Rome 2 and Attila and that, as well, and Warhammer, I guess, as well as sort of that older system that I have to say I grew to like when you see in the Shogun 2 and Empire, where you actually had it that in a region that you had your little villages and that the ones that provided food, food, farms and all that. And if you had lost those get attacked, and then your main castle could be fine, but the rest of the region could be heavily damaged. And that I quite like that change thing. I like the fact that they've saw the governor's tree. That looks quite interesting. But I need to actually
speak words of strength. Reply then with a strength that welcomes peace.
Interesting. Sorry, I'm getting a bit sidetracked, but yeah, I'm just looking forward to it. I'm not sure yet which faction I want to play. Like I said, I may do it as a poll, but like I said, we've got plenty of time to do this. But Grottungians, they want a peace treaty, and they're offering me cash. Now, I've given it some thought, and I've decided this about what am I going to do with the enemies. With Lazica and the Danes, because they were my puppet state and they betrayed me, they are going to die. No ifs or buts, they are going to die. The Geats, I will give a chance. And I will be pretty generous with them if they want to be famed. But the Grottungians, they betrayed me. But they came after my puppet state of Africa, knowing full well that I will have to defend them, and they try to rely on that. So, I'm going to offer them a deal. You can become my puppet state.
Shall we hack at each other until our enemy
I gave you an option. They're going to get 2 chances. That was chance number 1. If they decide not to give me another chance, then it means I'm going to have to kill them. Now, this is going to be a thing. I'm not going to bother with this because the Barons bar so much against me. My troops are okay. They do have a lot, though, of crossbowmen, haven't they? Yeah, I'm going to just auto-resolve this one. It's not going to go well, but we're outnumbered 3-1, and yeah, just a lot of crossbowmen I would have had to try and deal with. A hell of a lot, in fact. Okay, we'll do that. I didn't see what they actually did with it. Oh, they took Kavaskos. Okay. So now that we've got the...
profit in further bloodshed.
Nope, not happening. So because of the Grottungians are going up against my northern settlements. And you bastards, you've got... Right, again, I'm just gonna go... Bam. When that army arrives, I'm going to kill them. And I'm going to take my places back, goddammit. Oh, they'd only raided it. Okay. That's better. And they come back at me again with this. Okay, we're gonna just go balanced. We're taking a few more casualties, but we've wiped out more of them. We'll take on the warriors again. That army has not done too well against us, and it means that their main force is going to be that one that's just attacked us at the beginning against Arsenia. So, it should make for easy pickings. But yeah, the Grahungers are going to get a chance to make a puppet state. They get one more chance after this, as far as I'm concerned. If they refuse, they're going to die. Same like with Lazica and the Danes. The Geats will give a chance, though. In a way of thinking about it, it's very similar to how I teach. I always believe in giving one more chance, but then if you do that again, you're in trouble. And that's the way I sort of see it with this right now. Okay, I can't remember what you were actually doing. Let's have you come this way. You can come up towards Antioch. Like so. Okay, you're in position here, so we're going to have this one now going after that main army hidden up here. We'll do it this way, so they can actually get into position here. And we're going to have to make sure we spend some effort to repair these. Yep. Okay, switch back. Thank you. And prepare, and prepare. Okay. Unfortunately, that means I can't actually get the onagers, because it's going to take 2 turns now to do that. Crap. Oh well. We'll have them slowly moving forward in order to do the support. But it means we can go after the main army up there next turn. Okay. So that's that bit done. That's bit... army's getting there. That other one now has been finished with recruiting its crossbowmen. And the large onagers. So let's move this up now towards Simeon. Was it Simeon that I need to do it? Yes, it is. Let's get you guys moving up towards Simeon now in order to get that. My infantry recruited. Alright. Let's go for a tavern here. Right, what infantry to give them? Probably just a bit of a mix. I don't want them to be sitting around for too long, waiting for recruitment. So like these guys, for example, are going to take 2 turns to do so. So we'll go for another unit of these, and we'll take a unit of Hitarie guards. That's actually going to take 2 turns anyway. Oh well, it'll be okay, it'll be okay. Okay, we already got 2 forces that are going to be pretty much making their way over, so the rest should be over there in time. I'll put that up just because I just noticed it. Neapolis, we need to give you the sword deposit as well, thinking about it. Okay, let's continue. So down here, we've got... this army's going to make its way over. Let's take it off this. And we'll have it so they can just come straight onto land.
Returning to land.
Like so. There we go. What did they actually have here? I'm trying to remember. So we have a look. Yeah, they have a skirmisher barracks. This one that gives me a herdman. Ah, it's just because it's a tier 3 building. That's a lot of units it gets though. Surprising. Okay, so that's going to go and attack there. This army is now free to attack Carthago Nova, so let's go down and assault. Again, balance bar very much in my favour, we're just going to go attactive I think this time. Might as well. Wait for it to be sunk. There we go, nice and easy. It took a couple of casualties, but that's to be expected. And we've now occupied it. Okay, what was this? Rebel army, Hispanic rebels. Okay, I'll have to bear that in mind. Okay, we can switch this over to a Tabernae. What about this one? This has got Scriptorum, so this is the one from the Western Romans. Do I want it? Do I want it? Okay, let's repair that. We'll repair that and eventually cross it over. We'll repair this and switch it over. That will need to be demolished so it can we can then use it to get our governor building. And we'll start demolishing this then so we can actually get a sanitation building going on. These two then we can actually... Talentum is our next target up here. Okay. Do I want them to go after Malacca? Because we could head this way and take this whole province down here. Or do I send them up in order to try and support the attack up here? Okay. We'll see. Okay, for now, let's see. We've got an army there, we've got an army there. I don't know where the rest... and the army's gone back there. Don't know where their full stacks have disappeared off to. Okay, what we'll do, I'm going to see if we're going to maybe risk a ambush, but I want to try and stop these guys from trying to outflank us. Okay, head back in there, mate.
On the move.
Okay, we'll keep you guys there. Alright, and if we head back over to Bakara.
Ready for battle.
Okay, public order is an issue, but that's okay. We'll swap that. We'll swap this over to a food market for the moment. That can be disbanded. And this can be converted to food. That could be knocked down. There we go, that's that region sorted. Okay, we're going to keep the army there for the moment just to keep public order under control a bit, and then we'll be able to move them out. And where else? Up here now, finally, with the Danes. So, you guys are going to be making your way over to Angelus, but to be honest, now that we won that attack, and we've managed to take that turns replenishment, we're pretty much back up to full strength, whereas the Danes are not. So let's get rid of them, shall we? So first of all, let's take out you guys. Now what I could do in theory, I'll have to double check the strength of the garrison, but I could go after their capital now with my fleet and take them out. Okay, so because we can wipe out their armies like so. These are going to be nice and straightforward. We'll just do auto-resolves for all of them. Chop off the guy's head. That is my favourite execution. Just the fact that you can stab your sword through the guy's neck and kill off and just sort of drag off his head in the process. Okay, you guys come after this one now. Finish them off. Like so. Fantastic. Now, do we have enough movement points to go after their capital or not? I don't think we do. Let's have a look.
We hunger for
Not yet. What do they actually have here? Let me just check. They do have a decent enough garrison. Maybe... I'll tell you what, let's have you guys lay siege to it. It is fairly balanced. Let's risk it. Like, we do have a slight superiority thing, so we go protective. Oh, it was a close defeat. Oh crap, and I lost all my ships. I lost all my protective funds. How can we lose? Ugh. How? That bugs me, just because I'm thinking to myself, how did that work? Right? Now, follow my logic here, okay? We're on ships, and it's protective stance, so basically what I've ordered them to do was basically just to stay on the ship and attack. And yet, you would think it'd be a nice, easy victory, but instead they decided to get involved and they lost. And somehow we lost our ships. I'm going to blame it on the inexperience of the commander, my admiral. He hasn't been much use for him in the campaigns thus far. So my reasoning is that he is basically just... hang on a second. So my reasoning, therefore, is that he has basically just not had much practical experience. And he lost because of it. That's my excuse, and I'm keeping to it. Okay. Anything else that needs to be done? That's being built. Oh yeah, let's go back to Akuria, because this is where... I know, we've ordered all that to be repaired. Let's build that up. We'll get that going. No, actually, let's spend the money we do have in one of the other ones. Scriptorium, Governor's House. So you get a food market for here. Let's get... Actually, no, let's swap that over to a latrines, just so we can get that extra growth going. And we'll do that in turn. Oh, a whole bunch of promotions. Let's just go through these quickly. You could do with some extra cannons. We'll give you 2 points there, and we'll give you some zeal as well. Virius, your spy. Let's just give you 2 points here. Alright, let's give you a point there. And this Legio, let me see. You've been fighting down against the Geats, we'll have you another thing against Barbarian Kingdoms. And we'll give you extra points of replenishment. There we go. So, hey, this campaign's going so far so good, I must say. The only, like I said, I can't believe that my fleet lost against the Danes. Especially since we did have the ranged advantage. I mean, they had a couple of skirmishing troops, but we had onagers, we've got ships. We had, I believe we got ships with bowmen. And that, and yet we lost. But we better go wipe them out next turn. That's my the thing I'm looking forward to. Because I don't need my faction leader's force now, because he was coming over as reinforcements and he's within marching range of Angelus. But because we don't actually need him against the Danes anymore, what I'm going to do, I'm going to march him across to the east then in order to defend against the Guatungians, because of course they've taken Kakistos, and I want to make sure they don't push any further to the west into my territory. So hopefully, I mean, the armies weren't exactly that big, I would say, in itself. I think it was just more that it was just annoying to deal with. But he's got enough cunning, we might be able to do a night fighting and eliminate them one by one. That could be cool. And if we can make it so he deals with most of them up in the north, then that means that when the reinforcements armies come across then from Greece, and when they finish with being refitted, that means that they should be able to move up against the Guatungians' territory pretty easily. In fact, it's pretty much exposed right now when you think about it, thanks to... Oh. Okay, for this I'm actually happy to get involved in, because I didn't plan to take it, so if the Western Romans want to do it, then that's fine. I'm gonna go balanced. We'll see how they did. They take it. Fantastic. So they finally managed to get a province back. And did we take many casualties? We still took quite a few casualties. Now it's disappointing. What? You didn't... Oh, you stupid... They only sacked it. You bastards. This means I'm going to have to spend my next turn attacking them again then, in order to raise it. Crap. Okay, again... Germanic Spearmen, Noble Germanic Swords... No, we're just going to resolve that. Okay. I would like to try and get one more turn in, I will admit. So what I'm tempted to do is maybe just do one more turn. I mean, I only make it about 40 minutes, but it's a thing when it's because of it takes so long to go through the turns at this point anyway and stuff, that it's basically taken half an hour to do 2 turns, and that's embarrassing. Especially seeing all the troops running around as well, that doesn't help me out as much. Well, that's something to watch out for. The Marians will be an enemy I'll be going after once I've dealt with the Geats. I can send maybe 2 legions down in order to attack them. And then, oh, the rebels have taken Palma now. Okay, let's sort this out. Like I said, we'll do one more turn. I think that'll be fine. A lot of stuff. Okay. So, let's have you guys march up, I think, in order to deal with the rebels here. We don't particularly want them to get any stronger. So we'll just do this. We'll go balanced here again. Now it does mean that we're probably going to be in range for the enemy the Geats to bring in their armies, but in fact, do we have much more movement? We do. I wonder if we can actually do something I rarely do in a campaign, to be honest. I'm wondering if I should try and do a ambush. Because if they want to come out and attack the settlement, they're going to have to come this way. And we do have a few turns left before the public order becomes an issue. Let's do that. Let's set up an ambush here. And what's the situation in Talentum, though, before we think? Decent enough garrison. Yeah, let's have them try and... If they want to come at me this way, they'll have to sort of take an ambush for hits instead. Snow has come to the west of the world, but we're quite lucky that it hasn't quite come here yet. Let's finish off these. We'll go balanced. Now this army I got is not the best. It's got quite a few skirmishers, which I don't particularly like using in Attila, because of how they've somehow... don't know how Creative Assembly did it, but I've said about it before. They've got weird... It's basically removed it so they can't throw over your troops as well anymore. So you end up having this weird situation where your troops actually get killed by a friendly fire quite a lot, because they just can't manage it properly. Alright, let's have you guys move towards here. Yes, we are betraying, running our way through Caesar Augusta territory. Hispania is back, I just noticed. That's okay. You guys can be done here. Right. Let's go over now and deal with Palma. They should have taken a few casualties. They haven't taken any real casualties.
Will escape.
Right. Okay, let's just do another auto resolve. Right. I'll have to make sure that they go over to Carthagenova next turn in order to make sure that they get things. We lost a numeral. Crap. Okay, we're just gonna go and wait it. Like so. And then next turn we'll have them come over and get replenishment. We'll give you a point there and as well. And let's give you that. Okay. Alright, so that's that bit done. We did lose my swordsman, we're going to have to replenish this, but we do have these units here, so we can maybe just get some auxilia instead. Or we'll sort something out. Okay, over here, what am I going to do with this army here? The public order is getting better, but I would keep them here just a little bit longer while we sort out the final bits and pieces. Let's see, 45, 70, 74. Let's go for wheat fields this time, I think. That can continue to be demolished, that can be done and done.
Ready for orders.
Yeah, we'll be eventually get that army heading down in towards these regions here and take them out. Let's head up to here now and finish off the Danes. That was the main reason I wanted to extend the episode a little bit more. Now it's snowing as well, so it's a good thing that we get them to come over here and do this. Let's go over and first of all attack the Embers. We need to track that army down, because if we don't, and because we're in the zone of control, we have to attack Pavan afterward. Okay, what? Oh! For a minute I thought I told it to retreat, I thought I didn't want to do that. Auto resolve, again, we're just gonna go, we'll go back, protective. There we go. So that does unfortunately leave that they've got one fleet somewhere, which is now going to be able to survive, and they've got here, which is going to be a horde. But we'll just have to defeat that next turn. Now we've got the survivors here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to ask these guys to come over here, and I'm going to get these guys to colonize the region instead. So there we go, that's that bit done. Okay, so now we can get that replenished. We can repair that. We'll get that repaired for the moment. Demolish that, and demolish that. And next turn we'll go after Hevnesholt. Thing. We'll take the full army up with us, and we'll hopefully be able to take out the horde along the way. My faction leader now is taking attrition, but we're going to have him march over towards the east. So you guys can station yourselves in Rugion right now and get that under control. Let's move it back down here now. Now we didn't see any movement from the Lazica that I noticed, so we're just going to move the army straight forward to attack. Okay, we can take the settlement straight away. Right, again, just get protective, nice and easy. Like so. Alright, occupy, we'll take it back. Right. Let's repair, repair, and repair. No, we're not paying to get that upgraded. Right. So next turn we can move it towards Champizus. If they come after us in Melitane, then that's just going to be unfortunate, but we haven't exactly got a lot of stuff there, so we should be okay for that. You guys can be upgraded. Okay, Arsenia happens to belong to the region, so what we're going to do, we're going to have these guys move up to here. Like so. And that way then we can still get the replenishment for the larger next turn for the larger onagers. We'll just wait and let them come in as a reinforcement. One. Now over here, where are we? These guys are up here. They've got... Oh yeah, cavalry is going to be the next unit, so we're just waiting one more turn for them. I think that's everything I really needed to worry about straight away. Let's just go through and see if there's anything new here. Oh, there we go. Those can be done. Let's give here a capital. We'll increase the farm of these because it doesn't give us any downsides whatsoever for doing that. Okay. Let's see. Let's give 35, 50, Let's give you cattle herds in order to help out here. Okay, Alabu. Yeah, that's fine. Let's head back down here quickly because I just need to make sure that Mosqueta is... Is it Mosqueta that was attacked or Duin? Duin. You guys were slightly damaged, so we'll just repair these quick. We'll pay for that to get done. We'll upgrade this. And... let me see, we do really need a proper sanitation building, but that will get that done. Let me see, 35, 50, let's go for a cattle herd again. How's the food situation here? Still at minus. Let's hop this over to a farming colonia. Like so. Okay, Gabala, let me see. Let's cancel that one and we can end up getting... Oh no, we've got sanitation going here already. We'll swap this over though to a reservoir so we can get that full thing because we don't have to worry too much about Cotes right away. Okay, we've got another army here from Lazica, but that's only a small force, nothing for me to worry about. Here could do with wine market. Let's get a capital down here. Oh no, actually, cancel that. Let's head back to Rhodes a second. I can remember now for the next episode that Rhodes is going to be where, or this bit here. There we go, banking house. Right. There we go. End the turn. Okay, some more traditions. Let me see, you guys, you can focus against that, and we'll have you go and make it for this. And likewise down here, let me see, you're fighting the Desert Kingdom, so we'll have you guys focusing on Bane of the East, because you're going to be. You are going to be. Okay. It's a little bit longer episode than I was planning to, but if it takes a little while for me just to get through everything, I might have to take a little bit of extra time. Might do it for each of the episodes now, because we're still about 3 or 4 turns away from finishing this chapter. So hopefully that'll get finished next turn. Ooh, and I got an achievement. Head for business. Cool. So, what will happen next in the campaign? To be honest, I'm not entirely sure. I have a feeling that it's... Oh, I lost the priest. Oh well. Fame. I'm at the moment planning to focus on dealing with the enemies that I've already got. So that's the Hungarians, the Lazica, the Geats, and finishing off the Danes because they're running off right now. Fine. So those are going to be my main enemies to worry about. Now, there is a thing that I've heard, there's been said about the Alamans, that we've got the Abdanians. The Marians are definitely going to be my next target once we've dealt with the Geats. I'm going to send 2 legions down from Hispania once we've sort of sorted out the situation there to march down and take their regions so we can complete that province with Caesarea. But the Longobards, the Abdanians, the Alamans, even ones like the Western Romans and that, I'm not sure yet what to do about them. To be honest, it's going to be a bit of a... I'm going to find it a bit weird if we actually have it that we basically lose our territory because a lot of... Oh, you guys didn't take it. I'm going to find it a bit weird if basically I conquer the whole map, because while I might be achieving what the Romans never did, I don't know, I think it'll just be a bit weird for me to see that. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'll probably just focus on making sure, and it might give me something to do, because after this, we've still got roughly 67, 66 turns for me to go through before I can get to 650 AD. So it will give me something to do fighting the other factions, and of course when I do the conclusion it will make for more interesting things than simply, after a few years of peace, we've managed to build the regions that we wanted. We'll add it onto the to-do list. Anyway, that is the end of the episode. Now I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching as always. And I hope you join me next time as we continue with the grand plan, finishing off the other factions, and getting that much closer to the end. But until then, goodbye for now.